What's up everyone, my name is Gazaby, welcome back to the vlog. Today is the Super Turbo Bounty $1,500 buy-in. I haven't been able to release much WSOP content because I keep busting at level 5. I've got 1 min cash out of 20 attempts, which is not great. So today we're switching up the juju. I've got my jellyfish t-shirt on, I've got my lucky underwear on, doing all I can to just bring a little bit of luck. Also, I've decided if I bust in level 4, I'm going to go into the King's Lounge and play some cash so we can release a vlog. So let's get straight in. I'd hoped to be here for level 1 hand 1, but as we can see, 3 minutes left on level 1, not ideal. So yeah, let's jump straight in and play the Super Turbo Mystery Bounty. It's not a Mystery Bounty, it's Super Turbo Bounty. Let's jump in and play. Alright guys, in we go. Really excited to play the Super Turbo Bounty today. 25k start and stack, 20-minute levels, 500 bucks if you knock a player out. It's a fast structure, but it's a soft fields. Unfortunately, when I sit down though, my table is anything but soft. Got a lot of unknown solid reggae players, not what I got out of bed for at 8:30 a.m. today. As well as that 2009 WSOP main event winner Joe Cada is going to sit down as well. We get chatting about the football, or the soccer as he calls it. It's Spain versus Italy today. I tell him that my fiance is Italian, so I want them to win. And then he asked me if we have a rivalry when Italy are playing against England. Alright Joe, you've gone from being in my top 3 favourite main event winners to somewhere in between Jerry Yang and Chris Ferguson. Thanks for that, buddy. On to some poker now, and this structure is fast. Down to 21k trying to bluff Joe in a small pot before looking down at Jack 10 of hearts on the button. The cutoff is raised to 800 chips. He's a quiet but grumpy Asian reg, and I re-raise on the button to 2400 chips. He doesn't take too long before making the call. We go heads up to the flop. Queen 10-7 rainbow with 1 heart, second pair, and backdoor galore. I decide to c-bet my hand. I bet out for 1800 chips, and he makes the call. The turn is a 4. I'm of course checking, but got a fake tank for around 12 seconds or so before checking back. The river's a queen, pretty good river. It puts like a little roof over my pair of 10s here. He checks pretty quickly to me on the river, so I'm very happy to value bet my 2 pair. I go for 5500 chips as my size, and after about 12 seconds he makes the call. I fumble my cards over, and it's good. He mucks his hand. Nice value bet on the river there, putting my stack up to 30.2k, which means I've got plenty of players at the table covered, which means their bounties are in play for me if I knock them out. Nothing is going to happen for me again until level 4. I pick up pocket jacks in the hijack. I raise it on up to 1k. That's a 2.5 big blind raise. This is going to get called by the button. I think he's a non-pro, and the small blind calls as well. He's for sure a pro. I cover the small blind here, but the button covers both of us. We go 3 ways to the flop. It's Queen 10-7 all clubs. Drawing to the 3rd nut flush, I decide to check it on over to the button, and he takes the stab for 2k. The small blind gets out the way. 12 seconds of fake tanking later, I go ahead and make the call. The turn is a 7, pairing the board, and the button now bets 2700 chips. I don't think we fold here. He could just have a hand like king, queen, no club. It's kind of close, but I decide to make the call. See a river. It's the 9 of clubs. Happy to make my flush, but not so happy when the button puts me all in. I am completely Hollywooding here as I count out my stack. Definitely not calling it off here. It sucks to improve your hand and then fold on the river, but this is never, ever, ever a bluff. So I think it's just always pocket 10s, to be honest. He's milking me on the turn, keeping me in the pot, and then going for all the marbles on the river, hoping that I've got a flush that'll pay him off. I'd fold the ace of clubs here as well. This is just never a bluff. It's always a full house. So after a few seconds, I go ahead and fold my hand. This is going to send me back to 24.3k, just under starting stack, but I'm playing really well today, just like here in level 5. Early position raises off of about 25 big blinds. I call on the button with ace queen offsuit. The small blind makes the call, and then the same guy from the last hand squeezes to 10k. Early position folds. It's back on me. I'm happily just folding my hand here versus a big squeeze. Standard stuff, but it's nice, solid, disciplined poker here in the early levels, not getting too out of line. And next up in level 6, I pick up pocket jacks again, this time in the big blind. Under the gun raises to 1600 chips. Not a full table here, so he's kind of like a middle position raising range. The button is going to make it 5.1k to go. He's a reggae looking American fella. I've got nothing else I can do here. I fake tank for 12 seconds. I whip out the iPhone and announce that I'm all in.
He's all in.
All in, of course.
All in.
Hey, look at that. You want to switch one before
I
you
had
come
a jack in my hand.
Did you really?
I was about to say, that'd be fucking hilarious. You're just playing with a foul deck this entire time. I'd be surprised. Right? I mean, I wouldn't either.
Nice answer. top banter from the American guy there. He totally almost had me for a second. This is the last hand of note before we go on our first break of the day. Let's hope it's the first break of many. Got a fun table. Joe Cata's over there. And yeah, just we've got starting stack after 6 levels. Let's go. All right, 9 minutes into the level, we're on the move. We're heading into the white section, table 147. I see it. It looks okay, which is good. 147, seat 1. Yeah, it looks infinitely better, which is nice. Because that was a bit of a death table. So yeah. How's it going, guys? All right, moving table there just after the break. This new table looks much better. This is why I got out of bed at the time I did, so we can come and play at soft tables. First hand of note at the new table, I pick up pocket 9s in middle position. The chip leader at my table is a super aggressive Bulgarian pro. He raises every hand. This time he raises under the gun, but again, it's 7-handed, so it's not exactly under the gun. I'm next to act with 22k-ish in my stack, around 22 bigs, and 12 seconds later, that stack is being pushed into the middle. I'm all in. There we go.
He's all in. He's all in again. Good luck.
9s.
Here we go. Good luck. Looking for diamonds. There's a few diamonds. Oh, wrong diamond.
I feel so bad for the guy with ace queen because he didn't see that the 9 of diamonds gives me a full house. This is the first bounty of the tournament come my way. Good for $500. Let's hope it's the first of many. No time to count my stack though, because a couple of hands later I'm in the big blind with queen 7 offsuit. The button min raises and I decide to make the call. Kind of bottom of my queen high calling range here. We go heads up to the flop. It's 7-5-4 with 2 diamonds. This is a decent flop for my range and I'm working out if I want to lead here. But as I'm doing so, I notice that the button has picked up chips and he's ready to bet. This is a pretty strong tell that he's got a decent hand here. So I check to him and sure enough he bets out for 4k. Nothing else I can do here other than go ahead and make the call. The turn is a king. I'm definitely just check folding now. So when I check to my opponent, I'm really happy to see it just go check check. The river is a board pairing 5. I decide against block betting here. You can only really block the river when you can get called by worse, and I don't think this is the kind of guy that's going to call ace high, so I just check it on over to the button and he bets out for 8,000 chips. Really don't love it. The bet check bet line is usually really strong, but as I'm thinking over my options here, the guy to the button's left and the guy to his right are talking to each other. They're not talking to him, but he's looking at them both as they talk and like nodding his head. It's kind of hard to explain what I mean by that, but he's like having a conversation with them, but they're not talking to him. It's a nervous tell that non-pros do when they're a bit nervous. They're trying to act calm. It's like they're distracted and they don't even care about the pot. It's as if they're trying to appear calm, but it definitely gives off weakness. I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. It could be just gobbledygook that I've just spoken. But yeah, I think he's weak, so I make the call. He sheepishly says that I'm good, and I beat his queen 8 of spades. Let's go. This live tell read is helping me drag in this pot and get my stack up to 59.6k, climbing and climbing already. It's a very quick tournament, lots of all-ins at my table. The Bulgarian guy to my right has got 250k here in level 10. He's raised calling with all sorts. He's running gold and he's knocking out player after player, flopping the nuts, turning the nuts, rivering the nuts. I am trying to stay away from him for as long as possible, see if we can not get knocked out by this guy. Next up is a really, really nice moment. Really hope you guys enjoy this. There's a really sweet, quiet lady sitting opposite me here in level 10. She raises an early position to 3,200 chips. We're 6-handed here. It folds to me in the small blind. I look down at ace king. She's been really passive, so I don't love it here, but I think this is a mandatory 3-bet and we just get it in if she goes ahead and shoves. I just about cover her, so it's not so bad. I make it 14k to go, and when it's back on her, she looks really pained. She's kind of wearing her heart on her sleeve here. She doesn't know what to do, and in the end she asks me,
Can you show me?
You see it?
Okay.
Only if you show me as well.
Yeah.
Good folds. Good folds. Hang on, let me get this for the camera. Look what she just folded to me. Wow. Really, really lovely moment there. It's kind of what playing at the WSOP is all about. End of registration is now closed. I'm super happy because I don't normally make it this far. We're heading out onto break here at the end of level 11. All right, we've made it to the end of late reg, end of level 11. We've got 73.5k, which is nice. We have 1 bounty, which is pretty cool. Yeah, got 2,500 big blind next, so 30 bigs or so to work with, which is fucking great. All right, registration now closed. No sign of payouts just yet, though. Nothing at all happening for me in level 12. A couple of small pots here and there, but that's it. I've got about 70k-ish in my stack here. This is a turbo structure, so I'm going to need to find some cards relatively soon. Here in level 13, I look down at ace-5 of diamonds in the hijack. The aggressive Bulgarian pro to my right raises to 6k. He's been opening so wide. I am happily re-raising here. I don't think we need to jam for however many big blinds this is. I think we just 3-bet and then fold if he shoves. So I make it 17k to go. The guy to my left doesn't snap fold, which is not a great sign. I'm really hoping he doesn't be our hero here and just gives up his hand. But unfortunately for me, he cold 4-bet shoves. This is so annoying because it's such a nice 3-bet spot for me here. What's more, the original raiser is going to ask for a count, which means the dealer is going to stand up, lean over, count out all the chips, double check them, triple check them, and I just have to sit there pained, knowing full well that I'm just folding my hand. After about a minute of counting and double counting, we finally get the exact amount, and the original raiser actually moves all in. Now I've got ace-5 of diamonds, I'm just folding, but I do decide to sigh, throw my hands in the air, moan, and just sort of go like this for about 15 seconds or so. Not too much that it slows down the game, but just enough so that I look super cool and disciplined when I go ahead and make the fold. To be fair, after the hand is done, the whole table is like, oh my god, what did you just fold there? And I just sat there like, I folded a big hand, guys. It was really, really cool. But anyway, the original raiser takes it down. He's got pocket jacks, the cold 4-better at ace queen. The original raiser wins another bounty. He's got infinite chips here. Definitely trying to stay away from him. But unfortunately, in the very next hand, big blind at 3k here. I'm in middle position with pocket 7s. The same guy opens. I've got 54k in my stack, around 18 big blinds. I decide to 3-bet shove for all of it. I'm really happily shoving here. I cannot stress to you how wide this guy has been. He's raised and then called a small jam with 10-4 suited in middle position. So this is a print 3-bet jam for me. I'm going to take it down so often. But unfortunately, this time when I do shove, he makes a very quick call. I'm really hoping we're flipping here, but nope. He's got pocket 9s. Disaster spot for me here. Gonna need a lot of help. If I can somehow win this hand, we're up to well over 100k. Dealer, one time. No luck for me there. Some opportunities on the river, but alas, it's not to be, and I am eliminated from the Super Turbo Bounty. Alright guys, GG, my lucky shirt didn't do anything for me, unfortunately. I busted around about 500th place, which was about 200 away from the money. Shoved the 7s for 17 bigs. That dude was super aggressive, opening really wide and like re-shoving really wide and stuff. So I think we have to take that spot with our pocket 7s. Yeah, not much else to say. I was going to play some cash after the session to beef out the episode, but I don't want to. I'm struggling a wee bit to like finish playing tournaments and then switch to cash mode and go play. Morale's a little bit low, but that's fine. You know, I'm not looking for anyone to pick me up or anything like that. It's inevitable that sometimes when you go through a bad spell, you have a bit of low morale. It's all good. There was one more thing I wanted to say. Yeah, results for the summer tournaments-wise are on screen. I'm not shying away from it. I've had one min cash before today, and then that $500 bounty. And the min cash was in the mystery bounty, so it's not even a min cash because obviously some of the pool goes into the... It's a whole thing. Yeah, really tough summer. I feel like I'm playing well. I'm focused. I'm showing up every day. Morale is good when I do play. Nothing happening so far, but it's still early. We've got a few more weeks to go. Got the Millionaire Maker. Saving all the run good for that. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, take it easy.